Live from the ABC 7 Broadcast Center, this is ABC 7 Breaking News.
Beautiful 18-year-old college student who's been part of our community for the last 2 years is still missing.
A suspect is found, but the search for Hannah Graham continues in new places now. Tonight, where police are searching and where the case against Jesse Matthew heads from here. We got major breaking developments in this case right now at 5, and a local story that's captured the attention of the nation. Jesse Matthew is now in police custody, thousands of miles away from where Hannah Graham went missing.
We are now waiting on a news conference from Galveston, Texas. Matthew appeared before a judge this morning, just hours after being arrested on a beach there. Meanwhile, back in Charlottesville, police have new locations now to search in the hopes of finding Hannah Graham. Tom Rousey begins our team coverage tonight live from Charlottesville. Tom, what are police telling you there?
Well, Allison, so much going on in Texas, as you mentioned. Police up here, though, are saying there's a lot going on here as well, including, as you mentioned, new places they are searching for Hannah Graham. They tell me that the search is starting to move outside of the city of Charlottesville, where I am, and it's moving to places like that mountain behind me. That's Carter's Mountain right there. We know that police teams were up there searching today. They are also searching in rural areas in Albemarle County, which lies all around Charlottesville and to the south of Charlottesville. That's where they're concentrating at this point. Meanwhile, although there is still a lot to be done in the search for Hannah Graham, a lot of folks are reacting tonight to the news. Jesse Matthew is in custody, and they say it's a big relief.
We have no idea whatsoever where she is, despite our best efforts.
This afternoon, Charlottesville's chief said the search for Hannah Graham is expanding south of Charlottesville. Meanwhile, he says his detectives have still not been able to talk to the man he believes could solve the case.
Okay, you have the right to change your mind at any time.
Jesse Matthew had his first court appearance this morning in Galveston County, Texas, where he refused a court-appointed attorney. He has already retained an attorney in Charlottesville.
When he was found yesterday, I think that just sent a sense of relief over all of us.
UVA students from Northern Virginia we talked to were stunned to learn Jesse Matthew was caught 1,300 miles away.
I guess the first thing that came to mind was that he was on the run and maybe trying to head to Mexico or across the border.
The AP is reporting law enforcement believes that is a possibility, although the owner of this Texas store where Matthew bought bug repellent said that he planned to camp on the beach for a while.
You know, this guy would not be traveling halfway across the country if he didn't have something that he was trying to keep away from the cops.
Okay. And the police chief during the press conference this afternoon was asked if anybody from Charlottesville has been able to speak with Matthew and specifically to ask him what happened to Hannah Graham. He said at least at this point Matthew is not talking and they have not been able to get any information from him, and they are convinced he has the information that they need. Live in Charlottesville, I'm Tom Rousey, ABC 7 News.
All right, thank you, Tom. So the question now is what's next for the suspect, Jesse Matthew? Our team coverage continues tonight with Suzanne Kennedy, who is in Texas. She joined us on the phone with where the investigation stands from there. Suzanne, what have you learned?
Well, Leon, Matthew remains in the Galveston County Jail at this hour, where he has been held since yesterday evening. We are right now on our way to a beach called Rollover Pass, which is outside Galveston. That is where he was picked up at 3 o'clock yesterday. Local law enforcement got a call of a suspicious person on that beach, and when deputies got there, they found Matthew, who had parked his car and pitched a tent there. Deputies recognized him as a fugitive
from justice warrant,
wanted in connection to Hannah Graham's case. Today, in a second court appearance this afternoon here in Texas at 1 o'clock local time, Matthew waived extradition, which means he is likely to return to Charlottesville either tomorrow, Friday, or on Saturday. We are here in Texas tracking the steps that Matthew took in the days and hours leading up to his arrest. We will bring you the details, including everything from that 5 o'clock press conference that we are awaiting here in Galveston tonight at 11 o'clock.
Okay, Suzanne, thank you much. And we're going to go there live now to Galveston, where we understand the sheriff is holding a press conference regarding Jesse Matthew. Let's listen in.
Process it. T as in Tom, R-O-C-H-E-S-S-E-T. I'm the Galveston County Sheriff. Earlier today, the arraignment was went forth with the individual in our jail. He waived his rights. He will be extradited. He is not fighting it. He will be extradited back to Virginia. The 3 investigators that came into town earlier will not be the individuals escorting him back to Virginia. So he may be in our jail for another day or 2. I'm not sure what time, what day, until the individuals that they would like to extradite him back to Virginia. There's the investigators. One consists of a state, a Virginia police officer, a county sheriff individual, and the local law enforcement agency. They are here. They hit the ground running. That's why they're not here right now. They have already are starting to look at the vehicle. And I know questions have been asked about any evidence of the young lady. And right now she is not to be located. They are going to interview the individual in the jail to see if he would like to talk. And they're starting their investigation. Moving forward from there, I know many of y'all, and I'm going to ask if you could please honor this individual's wishes. And I think actually somebody's got a couple of trucks located across from his house where he lives. I would like to know if it's one of yours, could you please not be there for his family? Deputy Perez, the individual that made contact with him and placed the cuffs on him and placed him in his car, is here. And I'm going to bring him out now.
Ross. Can we ask you a few questions? Can we ask you a few questions?
Oh, yeah. This is Deputy Ross Perez, the individual that arrested, or may be arrested.
Deputy, can you tell me, did you step forward? What interaction did you have with him out there yesterday?
Speak up, please, sir.
Did you approach him yesterday?
I responded to a call as a suspicious person in the area.
And just describe to me what happened as you walked up on him. What sort of conversation did you have?
Because of the nature of this investigation, what I'm going to do is decline to answer your questions at this time. Please forgive me for now. And this will be an investigation that will be somewhat lengthy as it goes on. So,
at what point did you realize that that's the individual who everybody's looking for?
Sir, do you speak Spanish by any chance?
He wished not to give an interview, and he told me that prior to coming out. And again, I was asked, if you don't mind, respect his wishes. It's not something he's comfortable with, and I'm okay with it.
Did he have a gut feeling, though? Did he have a gut feeling that this could be Jesse Matthews?
I'm not going to answer for him and his gut feeling. I hate to tell you that, but I'm not. I cannot.
All right, that was an update from Galveston, Texas. The sheriff there discussing the arrest of Jesse Matthew, the person, of course, who is suspected in the abduction of UVA student Hannah Graham. We will continue to follow this. Stay with ABC 7 News. We'll have complete coverage on the search for Hannah Graham. Our crews are out there in Charlottesville, also in Texas, and we're going to keep you updated on every new development. For instant updates at any time, you can also log on to WJLA.com and follow us on social media, Facebook and Twitter. Tom Rousey will have a live update for you coming up new at 6 o'clock.